Hey, we are here. Okay, so this week we're looking at vehicle controls. Sorry for my voice, getting a cold here in Cape Town. Very cold and not so pleasant, but we get the video out anyways. Okay, you asked and we deliver. So we'll be moving on to the questions very soon. We're just going through the controls now. All right, so let's go. First page, we see vehicle controls of a motorcycle. I decided to add this one in as well because it is also part of the learner's test, depending on which code you choose when you book the test. So for motorcycle riders, this one is for you. Okay, so let's look at the controls. Okay, let's look at the controls. One, we've got the gear lever. This gets used in conjunction with 2. That's your clutch. So whenever you want to change gear up down, you would use 1 and 2. Okay, and then you've got your left and right rear view mirrors. That's 3. If you look nicely, you would see that it's 2 of them. Some motorcycles have 1, but most are with 2. That's for your rear view mirrors. And then we've got a front brake. That's on number 4, also used by your hand, same as the clutch, also by the hand. Then you've got your throttle or your accelerator. That's number 5, also used by the hand. That's on the right hand side. Then you've got your indicator light switch. That's number 6. That's on the left hand side. From my experience riding a scooter, the switch is something that you push left or right to where you're turning, and by the time you're done turning, then you push the switch in to disengage the indicator. That's basically how that one works. And then we've got number 7, which is the rear brake, the foot. This one works on the rear wheel. On scooters, you have the rear brake and the front brake both on handlebars that you pull in. Instead of having the clutch on automatic bikes, you would have the rear brake on a clutch on number 2. So that's when automatic motorcycles. All right, then we've got 8, which is handlebars. Simple handlebars. What is it used for? To turn. Simple as that. Number 9 is a fuel tank. Most dangerous, most important as well. You need the fuel to actually drive or ride a bike, to move it. That's basically what number 9 is all about. Okay, straightforward page here. We've got controls of a normal vehicle. This is not a heavy vehicle, it's a light motor vehicle. Controls are quite the same in a heavy vehicle as well. So 1 is your rear view mirror. Use it to view the rear, just as the name explains. 2 is your windscreen wiper, used for when it's raining, so that you can wipe the water or the rain off your windscreen. 3 is your left and right rear view mirrors to see the back on the left and on the right. 4 is your steering wheel. Remember, steering wheel is not 11. 11 is the hooter or the horn. 4 is the steering wheel. Okay, and then 5 is indicator light switch, and 6 is gear lever. 7 is parking brake / handbrake. So you pull that one up with your hand, and that engages the parking brake and prevents the vehicle from rolling. 8 is your clutch, used in conjunction with 6 to change gears. And then you've got 9, which is your foot brake, used to stop the car or slow the car down. You've got 10, which is your accelerator, used to increase speed. And then 11, of course, the horn. Perfect. That's your light motor vehicle controls. Straightforward, nothing difficult about it. Right, let's move on to the next one. This is the light motor vehicle controls. However, this is the automatic one. There's a difference here, and it's a very simple difference. Okay, so let's start off again. 1 is still your rear view mirror. 2 is your windscreen wiper. 3 left and right is your rear view mirrors. 4 steering wheel. 5 indicator light switch. 6 gear lever. 7 is your parking brake / handbrake, and 8 is blank. I made sure that you understand that 8 is blank. There's no 8 on the screen. 9 is your brake, your foot brake. 10 is your accelerator to increase speed, and 11 is your horn. So I'll go back to 8. 8 is blank because this is an automatic vehicle. It does not use a clutch. It's all auto. You don't have to clutch in and clutch out to change gear. It changes automatically. All that you do is you either put the vehicle in D, which is drive, N neutral, R for reverse, P for park. So that's basically it. And some vehicles, they've also got sport mode, and they've got manual gears that you can change as well. I remember this from a previous vehicle that I had an Auto Camry 2.2 SEI. So this one, you also had your low, and then you had your 1, and then you had your 2, and then you had your, I think, D, your drive, and then you had your R reverse, and you had your P. So it was all in a straight line. You just move up or down to change the gear. That's basically automatic. That's how it is. There is no clutch in automatic. You've just got a big number 9 taking over that spot where the clutch was. Not really taking over, but it's just in the middle still. In the case of where we think of something replacing that, there's nothing replacing it except for the fact that it's been removed and it is just 9 that's there. Okay, let's move on. This is now your heavy motor vehicle. Similar controls as well. Rear view mirrors on 1, windscreen wipers on 2, left and right rear view mirrors on 3, 4 is steering wheel, 5 indicator, 6 gear lever, 7 parking brake, handbrake, 8 is the clutch. Okay, remember in the auto there's no clutch. 9 is your brake, 10 accelerator, 11 is your horn. Perfect. Okay, and now we're starting off with question 1. Which control is not found in an automatic vehicle? That will be number 8. And number 8, what is that control? That is your clutch. In an automatic vehicle, there's no clutch. There's just accelerator and brake. So there's just 10 and 9. Okay, and the reason why there's no clutch is because it's all automated. You don't have to be changing gears yourself. The vehicle changes gears for you. In a case where you're taking a hill and the vehicle is struggling to select the correct gear by itself, then you can go manually depending on the vehicle that you have and manually put the gears in. That's basically it. Alright, so question 1, the correct answer is number 8. Question 2, which controls is used to accelerate your vehicle? Accelerate, increase speed. That's basically what acceleration means. It's to increase speed. That'll be number 10. Number 10 is used to increase speed. Okay, then let's move on. Question number 3, which control is used to look what is on the right hand rear side of your vehicle? Right hand rear side of your vehicle. That will be number 3. Right hand rear side of your vehicle. Number 3. Number 3, you also look at left hand side as well. So the right answer here is number 3. Okay. Question 4, which control is used to ensure that your parked vehicle does not move? In other words, does not roll. Which control is used to ensure that your parked vehicle does not move? That is number 7. That is the handbrake. You need to pull up the handbrake when you stop, that the vehicle does not roll forward or backwards. And remember, in the test, you can fail if the vehicle rolls forward, as strange as it sounds. When you're doing the test, the passing out, if your vehicle rolls forward, the examiner can say, okay, you failed. Very weird, no? Very, very weird. But yeah, I've seen people that have failed because the vehicle rolled forward. Very strange. Okay, let's go. Question 5. What controls must you use if you are going to turn sharply into another road? Which controls must you use if you are going to turn sharply into another road? Okay, so think about it. Think about it well here. You're going to turn sharply into another road. What do you do? Mirror, blind spot into the side of where you're going to be turning in, of course. Indicate. You're going to do mirror, blind spot again. Then you're going to use your clutch to shift down with number 6, and then number 4 to turn. And of course, you're also going to use brake. So as much as it sounds a lot, you're going to be using number 1. If you are turning to the right, you'll use number 1, number 3, number 4, number 8, number 9, number 6. Okay, as much as it sounds, you need all those controls to actually turn, because you're going to be doing observation. That's why I added number 1, number 3 for observation. Okay, in the case where you're turning right, you will use number 1 and number 3. Even if you're turning left, you will still use number 1 and number 3. Why? Because when you press number 9, when you're braking in K53, you need to look in number 1 as well to see what's happening behind you. Okay, that's it. That's the answer for question 5. 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, 6. Okay, all right, let's move on. Question 6. To select a gear, you use controls. This is in a manual vehicle. Which controls do you use? To select a gear, you use 8 and 6. Put your clutch in, and then you change with number 6. All right, okay, let's move on to question 7. To turn, number must be used. Number 4 must be used to turn. You turn the vehicle with number 4, the steering wheel. All right, let's go question 8. To stop, number must be used. Okay, to stop the vehicle, you use number 9. That's your brake. You press your brakes nice and gently. You don't press and let go, press and let go. No. We don't do that. You just put your foot on it and rest the foot on it, and you will see the vehicle start slowing down. If you need more force on the brake, you gently put your foot a bit down even more, and you'll see the vehicle will start coming to a standstill. That's what we're looking for. And once it's at the standstill, handbrake up, neutral. That's K53. Okay, let's go on. Question number 9. To indicate which direction you're going to turn, number ... must be used. You're basically showing the people around you where you are going. Okay, so in this case, all that you use to indicate is number 5. However, in a real K53 test, whereby you are behind the wheel and you're moving the vehicle, wherever you're going to be turning, before turning there, you will do blind spot. Okay, you check blind spot of which direction you're turning. Also, before indicating, I was taught to always check your mirrors and indicate. Okay, K53, on your side, your material might say something else, but remember, observation counts 5 points. Each time you don't do observation, you lose 5 points. I will do another video on how to pass your driving test, your passing out, as they call it in South Africa, how to do that. I'll do a video on that so that you can understand. Okay, so for this one, the answer is number 5. Okay, let's go. Question 10. Which control is used to avoid the vehicle stalling just before coming to a complete standstill? Which control is that? So you're stopping the vehicle. This is now a manual vehicle. You're stopping the vehicle with 9, and you're looking in 1, which is your rear view mirror, to make sure nobody's coming fast and they're going to hit you in the back. Now, so we're stopping the vehicle, making sure we're all safe. The moment the vehicle is about to come to standstill, clutch in. Number 8, you push your clutch in. Okay, that's number 8. That's the answer for question 10. Question 11. Which control is /R used when changing from one gear to another? Okay, this one is quite similar to the one that we had before. Question 11, answer would be 6 and 8. That's how you change gears. It's with 8 clutch in and then 6 to change the gear. Okay, that's basically how you change gears. In the test, they might ask a question whereby they're expecting just a specific answer, and that will be 6. Okay, but to put it right, it is 6 and 8. That's how you change gear. Right, let's go to the next one. Question 12. When driving in the rain, the following control is used. Number 2, you use that for the wiper. That's to wipe your windscreen so you can see where you're going. And also in rain, your stopping distance is longer, so you drive slower so that you don't take too long to stop if you drive fast. You need to drive slow so you can stop quicker in an emergency. All right, and when you're stopping, which controls do you use? 1 and 9. Look in the rear view mirror and you're braking. All right, braking and looking in the rear view mirror. That's how you get your K53 points. All right, let's go. Question 13. Question 13, we're back on the motorcycle. Okay, to regulate fuel supply, you will make use of what? Is the 1, 7, 5, 4, 2, 6, 8, 3? No, it is 5. 5 is your throttle or your accelerator. We use 5 to regulate fuel supply, basically acceleration. That's what we do. Okay, let's go. 14. The following controls are used in combination to bring the motorcycle to a standstill. Used in combination, following controls. So you've got number 7, which is a foot brake, and you've got number 4, which is your hand brake, your lever brake, in other words. So you use 4 and 7. If I'm anyway incorrect somewhere, please do drop a comment so that we can make the necessary adjustment. All right, my material might also have some errors, but please always comment so that we can make sure we're helping one another well. All righty, let's go. Question 15. The following controls must never be used in combination. Okay, this one is a very important one because it has happened to me before on my scooter. What happened was I was riding in rain, not rain, but it was drizzling. So the ground, the road was wet and oily. What I did was I pressed my brake front and back, and I turned my steering wheel. So guess what happened? I fell and the bike fell on my foot, and it was a painful 2-3 weeks for me to recover. Okay, so in this case, this is a manual vehicle. You do not use number 4 and number 8 together, and also you do not use 7 and 8 together. You will fall. Turn, brake hard and turn. No, you can't do that. So if there's any riders in the channel that's checking this out, please do correct me if I'm wrong here. My material is saying you can't use 4 and 8, and you also can't use 7 and 8. That's on question 15. All right, let's go to the next one. Question 16. I believe this is the last question. I think not yet. we still got 2 more questions. Okay, question 16. To select a gear, you use controls. Okay, so this is in a manual motorcycle. You use 2, that's your clutch, and you use 1, that's your gear lever on the foot. All right, that's how you select gears. Put your clutch in and then you press 1 up, either up or down, and that's how you change the gears. Right. 17. To turn, you use control 8 or controls. Okay, remember in K53 you need to do observation, full observation, and turn. Okay, but to turn in this case, to literally just turn the motorcycle, use 8. Okay, so that's the answer, number 8. Question 18. What do you use to look behind you? Okay, to look behind you, you use 3. That's a rear view mirrors. That's what you use. Alright, that's question 18. That's the last question for this series. Some of these questions you might have different answers. The correct answers from my material is the ones that I explained, and the explanations are provided as well. I still encourage you to please dig into some material on your side as well. It will help you because the K53 is being updated, as you've seen in the video on the channel. Please make sure that you are up to date with everything. Okay, so if you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for reaching the end of the video. We really appreciate you. India, South Africa, UK, America, Namibia I'm seeing as well. Man, shocking. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm loving Namibia. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for tuning in as well. Highly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Enjoy your rest of the day, evening, morning. We are here and we love you guys for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please remember to check out the links in the description for the material that was used. It's all from the government's website for transport for South Africa. You can click on those links. There's example questions and these diagrams as well for you to use to prepare yourself better for the K53 learners test. Thank you, and we out.